Hello there, Gemini. This is Sherry Simpson coming to you from Armstrong, British Columbia. I am a pet and house sitter. I'm also a psychic card reader, and I do transformational life coaching as well as medical intuitive and intuitive guidance readings. So I help people release things in their physical body, in their mental thoughts and patterns, emotionally and spiritually, that have been affecting them in ways that are holding you back from your passions and your purpose, and holding you back in a physical way from things that you want to do on a more mental, emotional level as you move into what it is that you're meant to do in this planet, on this planet, as your legacy. What is it? What's your purpose and what's your path? So I help people with that, releasing stuff that has been stuck so that they're prevented from moving forward. So as I was ruminating in your energy, Gemini, I was thinking about how kind-hearted and giving and loving you are. And I wanted to ask whether you ask for help or not. So I have this sense about you, and maybe about this time that we're in right now. It is the second month, so it's February 22nd today. Lots of twos going on, which means you may be yanked back and forth in a couple different directions about, do I give to other people, do I give to myself, do I give and do, and do I be? Am I logically in my head, or am I emotionally in my heart? Am I getting tied back and forth? So you might sort of feel pulled in all directions today, kind of like an octopus that has people yanking on all the different legs, and you're not really sure what you want to do yourself. And I get the sense that you may be giving and doing to and for other people in ways that you really wish that they would give to you and be to you and act towards you. And I want you to step into that place, if you're not used to doing this, that people are all different, and that other people don't act the same way as you, which you know. But if you are setting an expectation or expecting other people to respond the same way that you do, then I want you to check out the book, The 5 Languages of Love. I can leave the link below, or if you reply in a comment, I can add it in. But people have different love languages. They don't explain what they want and need based on what they give. And I know that doesn't make sense, so let me expand that a little bit. If you believe that you have 5 different love languages, there's a psychologist who was actually helping people through relationships, but he kept giving both people in the relationship the same guidance, and it would work for one but not the other. So one of the people would feel much better and much more giving and much more loved and satisfied in a relationship, but the second person would not. And so he realized over time, and over helping couples and people in relationships, that not everyone has the same love language. So if you are giving your time to people and you are expecting people to do the same for you, then that is sort of a false belief or false thought, because other people have a different love language. So maybe for you, giving all of your time is how you give love, but maybe for someone else, they actually want gifts. So they want you to give them gifts, and that's how they see or feel love. Maybe some people actually need hugs and really physical connection in order to feel loved. And maybe that's not your thing, so maybe that's not what you give. Mind you, a lot of you Geminis are very cuddly, so you do actually like to give in that way. But maybe you haven't been, and so I want you to check in with what you're giving and whether you're expecting people to return what you give as a match. And I want you to step into a place that you actually have to ask for what it is that you want, because not everyone is going to return the same thing that you're expecting them to return based on what you're giving. And again, it's called the book is called The 5 Languages of Love. It's by Gary somebody, and I can leave the link below. But I'm going to pull 4 cards for you. I'm going to pull a physical card, a mental card, an emotional card, and a spiritual card. So I believe that our bodies are actually in 4 different planes of existence. Our physical body is in the 3rd dimension, and we need things on a in physical ways. We experience pain, we experience signs and symptoms, we need food, we need sleep, we need things from a physical perspective. So if you have any issues, I'll pull the first card based on that. The second card I'm going to pull has to do with mental stuff, so it has to do with your thoughts and beliefs that are up here, sort of in that thought bubble above your head, like a cartoon wandering around. And so if you have thoughts that you continue thinking, you create beliefs, and those beliefs end up creating the patterns that you experience through life and what you trust and what you believe to be true. And so you're living your life based on what you think and the beliefs that you cultivate based on what you think. And so maybe some of your thoughts have to change in order for your beliefs to change. And maybe that's something that you're ready to transition into now as we're moving through this year. Maybe the third card is about emotions. So our emotions are how we manifest things into the physical. They're how we actually get things tangibly into the physical. And so maybe on an emotional level, you're giving to people in a certain way, but you're not receiving love because people are not reciprocating the same way that you're feeling it. So maybe emotions to you, maybe love to you is actually seen as something different to someone else. Maybe your idea of success and that feeling of success is totally different for someone else. So on an emotional level, what is it that you need? What kind of guidance do you need? And then the next card I pull is guidance from spirit. So spiritually, we have our own guides, we have our own teachers and angels, we have loved ones that have passed over, that are around us, that are helping us, and we have to ask them for help as well as asking the people around us for help, because everyone has free will. And if you don't need help and you don't ask for it, then your guides and your teachers and angels, as well as the humans around you, are not going to know what you need. So speaking up and asking for help, so your spirit guide team is going to bring forward information based on what it is that they want to express to you at this point in time whenever you're watching this video. So I'm going to pull 4 cards from you. I'm pulling cards today from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck by John Holland. John Holland is a psychic medium who actually pulls through loved ones that have passed through from the other side. And I adore his cards because they are very vibrant in color, which I like, because my guide team knows that I read colors and I read numbers like numerology. And my guide team knows that as well. All right. So the first card that came in for you, I'm going to read it as I see it, which is, it came in upside down. It's the Strengthening Bond card. And so that sort of ties in to what I was saying at the beginning, whether you are giving to other people with the expectation that that's what you want in return, but you're not actually asking for it. So if you're doing extra things, like you're doing the laundry and you're doing the dishes and you're doing extra stuff at work and you're expecting other people to do things as well to step up, but you're not asking them to, then there's some kind of a disconnect there. So other people might not be recognizing what you're doing, and they may not also be doing it themselves because they're just thinking, oh, Jeff's got lots of energy this week. So, Jonathan's got lots of energy this week. Judy's got, I don't know why I'm using all the J's. Judy's got lots of energy this week. Simon's got lots of energy this week. So they're actually thinking that you are doing things just for the sake of doing them, but not realizing that you actually are expecting other people to step up based on what you're doing. So strengthening your bonds in reverse makes me think asking for what it is that you want, seeing how other people feel loved and feel appreciated and feel cared for and feel connected, and allowing yourself to check in with those things too. What makes you feel loved? What makes you feel accepted? What makes you feel recognized and connected and loved? And how can you strengthen the bonds with the people around you in order to manifest, which is that number one, manifesting into the physical what it is that you desire to create. With this being in reverse as well, I also get the sense that you may actually be acting like a silo. You may be doing things really independently, and that is serving you in some ways, or probably has served you in the past, because it allows you to think through a lot of things. It may allow you to feel through a lot of things, but you're not connecting to other people. Gemini, you really need to be you're talkative people. You like to communicate. You like to share. You like to give. You like to do. You like to be. You like to be in groups. You like to have fun. And so maybe you're actually have been in that silo thing where you're doing things really independent, and you've really been in your head. And strengthening bonds means strengthening bonds with your own highest self, so connecting into your source and connecting into you at that deeper level. But it also means connecting with other people. It means strengthening your bonds and your relationships with your kids, with your animals, with your loved ones, with your lovers, with your friends, with the people at work. So are you, or have you been strengthening bonds? And so I get the sense that on a physical nature, perhaps you've actually been staying small, perhaps you've been staying out of people's way in a physical nature. Maybe you've been feeling under the weather, so you've been just relaxing and hibernating, and maybe you haven't been doing a lot. Maybe it's winter where you are, like it is here, so you're just sort of hiding. And I get the sense that if you do want to strengthen your bonds with yourself and with other people, that you're going to have to change that sense of what it is you have been doing, and start asking for what it is that you want. Start connecting with people in a different way. Start communicating with people in a way that serves you and serves them. So in reverse, this woman is actually looking to the future, which I like. She is actually looking, she's in a very cool, glowing and vibrant and green space in the forest. So perhaps what it is that you've been doing in your hibernation has not actually been nurturing yourself from that place of evolution, from that place of growth, from that place of connecting into the plants and to the trees and to the forest and to the outside. You have a tendency to be really good with kids, to be really good with animals, to love nature and the stars and things outside. And if you haven't been connecting in to those things, then maybe you're feeling like your bonds with yourself and your bonds with nature and with those all those things that are actually spiritual, even though this is a physical card, have not been what you want them to be. And so check in with yourself about, am I being a hermit? Have I been connecting with myself? Have I been connecting with the higher being outside of myself? Have I been connecting in with my relationships? Have I been expecting things rather than asking for them? What does my physical body actually want to do and to be and to have and to feel and to experience at this time? And can I do all of those things by stepping into a place? And she's wearing a lot of orange in this color, which is that second chakra, which is actually connecting to someone else. So maybe you have been hiding in that silo, in that individual, in that hermit place, and it now is time to connect into your closest loved ones, to your closest friends, calling people again if you've been hibernating, allowing yourself to be more creative if you've actually shut off that creativity. The orange is your second sacral chakra, where you birth information and you birth ideas. So strengthening bonds in all ways. I get the sense you haven't been doing that, and it's time that you did. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's pull your second card, which is about what you've been thinking and the beliefs that you have and whether they've been serving you or not, and see if we can pull in some guidance about how they can serve you better, if anything needs to be released or if anything needs to be called in, what it is that you need in terms of the thoughts you've been thinking and the beliefs that those thoughts have created about how you see the world and how you see yourself. want you to step into confidence as well, if you haven't been. So the next card about thoughts and beliefs is in reverse. It is the success and growth card. The way that this card came out in reverse, this gentleman is actually looking at the future. That's the way that I'm seeing the card. And he's seeing success, but he's seeing the tree behind him. And 8 is the abundance card. So do you believe that you deserve abundance? Do you believe that you can have it? Do you have thoughts about abundance, about success, about growth, that they're for everyone else and they're not for you? Can you step into, there's a lot of pink in this card, which makes me think heart-centered, love, self-love. Can you step into a place where you're feeling more love within yourself, where you're allowing that self-love to expand, where you're giving to other people and to yourself at that same level? Can you step into a place where success and growth can be easier, where it can come to you quicker, where you don't have to do X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I did it wrong. I have to go step back and do that again, because success and growth isn't going to come to me unless I do it this way, or unless I do, like, there's a lot of weird thoughts and beliefs about how success and growth is allowed to come to you, or how it's been coming to you in the past. So can you look into your future and see growth and abundance in a different way? And when I say look into your future, what I'm actually saying is who do you need to become in order for the success and growth that you want in your future to be in the now? So the thoughts and beliefs that you've had have created your present moment. The thoughts and beliefs that you have will continue to create your present moment unless you change those thoughts and beliefs to create something else. So if you want to create more success and growth in your future, if you want to feel more self-love, if you want to experience more self-love, if you want to strengthen your bonds with other people, if you want to feel more wealthy and more healthy and more successful and more expanded and more giving and more loving and more caring and all of these things, then do you have the thoughts and beliefs right now that are going to get you the success and growth and expansion and love and compassion and all those things that you want? I'm getting the sense that you are learning that, and you are on a path of changing those things, and that you're so much closer than you have been. This point in time is February 2nd month, and 22nd, which is a 2, 2, 2. So lots of twos, where you might be, again, being pulled in a lot of different ways. And when we add the 2 and the 2 and the 2 together, we get a 6, but this is actually an 11 universal year, which reduces to a 2, which makes an 8. So do you have the physical capacity, the strength, the bonds with the friends around you, with the family around you, with nature, with your inner self, with your higher self? And do you also have the thoughts and beliefs that are going to bring you to the success that you desire? So the future is something that you are creating yourself to be a match to. So when you match who it is that deserves the future you desire, then you automatically have that future. Does that make sense? So you don't have what you desire right now because you're not the person who can attract that and have that. So either you don't believe you can, or you believe that you will have to work really hard and you haven't worked hard enough yet. You're believing that you have too much other stuff to do, that there's too many other people that are taking your time and your effort and your needs, and that you have to work on so many other things that you just can't possibly have that success right now because you don't have time. And if you continue thinking that way and believing that way, then the success and this growth that you want and desire, and this abundance and this worthiness and wealth and self-love is always going to be something that you're looking at in the future rather than something that is. So connect into the thoughts and beliefs that will need to change, that are going to allow you to become the person that has the success and growth that you know you want now. Let me check your emotional card to see where your emotions are sitting. You are such a kind-hearted, giving group. Ooh, embrace. Awesome. Ah, this is interesting. So emotionally, Geminis don't always have the confidence to ask and the confidence to be and the confidence to do, because sometimes you believe that if you haven't done it yet, you might not know how. And if you haven't done it yet, you might not deserve it. And if you haven't done it yet, it might be too hard. If you are thinking those thoughts, then remember you're going to ditch those. But this card about embracing is about embracing your personal power, your confidence, your ability to succeed, your ability to strengthen your bonds, your ability to manifest your desires, your ability to have, to be, to do everything you want and everything you desire. So embrace the confidence, embrace the empowerment, embrace the self-fulfilling like prophecy. Embrace the idea that you already have everything you need and that you're already becoming this person. And then check in emotionally. If I'm wishing to create a sense of love, then am I sending out love now? Am I receiving love? Am I allowing myself to receive love? Am I allowing my hands to be open to give and receive? Am I allowing myself to receive and embrace all that is around me? Or am I like, no, it's okay, you know, I have enough. So some people will only attract in enough because of worthiness and deservingness. Some people believe that they're not worthy or not capable of creating, or they don't have the relationships that they need to bring in more, or that they don't need more. And so I want you to step into that place that embracing what it is that you desire and embracing helping others starts with helping you and believing that you can. And it's okay to want more. It's okay to have more. It's okay to enjoy more, to appreciate more, because the more that you bring in for yourself, the more that you feel, the more success and growth that you have, the more you share with other people. It's automatic that more attracts more, and more allows you to give more. So embrace this sense of confidence in stepping into your creativity and allowing yourself emotionally to feel what it is that you're embracing in order to bring in more, in order to strengthen the bonds with the people you already have in your life and the people you know you're meant to help, and allowing yourself to embrace that confidence and personal power and empowerment. And if you haven't been speaking up about success and growth and how you created an expansion and embracing this sense of connecting the intuition and the sense of all that is into the physical, embracing that as well, because this fellow here is very grounded in earth and in a spiritual nature. He has roots coming out of a heart in the center of this earth that is at his heart center and below. So he's very grounded in earthiness, but he's also really expansive through his heart. He's not only giving and not receiving, he's allowing it to come in and be received in one side and to give in one side. He's allowing this openness and this logic and this compassion, and all of this is a great card. I love this card. And the 21 reduces to a 3, which is about that solar plexus, that confidence, that personal power. And the interesting thing about Geminis, what you can do is be so heart-centered and so giving that it actually robs you of your confidence and personal power. And so you can have this like juggling act that happens, that maybe you're way expansive in your confidence and personal power, but then you feel that detracts from what it is that you can give and receive. And then if you're giving and receiving, that detracts from your personal power. You can embrace having both. You can embrace being spiritual and human. You can embrace giving and receiving. You can embrace doing and being. You can embrace strengthening your bond with yourself and with other people. You can embrace expanding the amount of success and growth you have to be absolutely, totally millionaire abundant. And that's not going to take away from anyone else. It's actually going to give more to other people because you're showing them how it's done. You're showing them that you have more to give and more love to give when you're healthy, when you're wealthy, when you're abundant. So stepping into empowerment, allowing yourself to feel what it is that you're bringing into the now. And there's a full moon coming through on March 1st. And I get the sense that you're going to be celebrating some changes and some success and some bonds that have been strengthened. That's only about a week away, but I still get the sense that you can change them very quickly if you decide that you can. Oop, got 2 cards under there. I'm going to go dig for them because you bury them pretty good for me. Yes, I've seen both of these before. So one of the cards that comes through, this one came through in reverse, is the believe and succeed, and that's very interesting because the success and growth and believe and succeed both came in reverse. So Spirit is trying to say, right now, you are not necessarily believing that you can have the success and growth that you want. And it's almost as though your canoe has been capsized and you really need to step into a place of embracing that you can have success and growth. And I get the sense that if you strengthen the bonds you have with yourself, with your source, with the people around you, and ask for what you need rather than setting the expectation, then this is really going to help you. You're going to be feeling like your canoe is then pointing towards believing and succeeding, that your canoe is actually going to be connecting in to ask what it is that you need from other people, to connect in to a place of self-loving so that you're giving to other people and to yourself on a balance. This canoe isn't actually tipped over to one side. It's actually upside down at this point in time, but if you flip it around and you strengthen your bonds and you believe in the succeeding and growth and you embrace all it is and bring it in, then you can succeed. But you need to believe that you can succeed. You need to believe that you're worthy of it, that you're deserving of it, that you can have more than enough, that it's not like unspiritual or selfish or anything else that maybe you've had a thought or a belief about, that you totally can believe in your success and have what you believe in. And I get the sense that you do so much for other people and you work really hard, and you have been working really hard. And the reward that is going to be coming through for you at the full moon, I was just talking about the full moon as being on March 1, and that things are going to be shifting and changing for you. Full moons are about culminations. They're about 9s. They're about that energy of reward, of celebration, of things coming to an end in order to get into that place of success and expansion and growth. And we want it to be this way because we actually want you to feel the success. So we want your canoe to be this way, for you to be connecting to that I'm moving forward and I'm succeeding and I'm asking for the things that I want rather than just expecting, and I'm giving to myself with self-love as much as I'm giving to other people, and that's safe for me to do. And I can embrace that balance, and I can embrace the doing and the being. I can embrace being human and being spiritual. And I get the sense that once all of those things come through for you and you're feeling more balanced in your canoe rather than feeling kind of capsized, that you are going to get those well-deserved rewards, and well-deserved in a sense that physically you're doing all of those things, that mentally you've had to shift some challenging thoughts and beliefs that are no longer serving you, that you have had to climb, and that you are now very capable. There's lots of yellow in this card, so you're stepping into this confidence and you're embracing this confidence this month, and you're feeling more creative. Geminis, you tend to be really creative people, but you can get sort of stuck into the doing and the giving to other people and shut off that creativity in a way that doesn't serve you, because creativity is where we birth things, and it's where we create, and that essence of birthing new things, of birthing new projects, of doing more fun things is part of what allows you to strengthen your bonds with other people and to feel successful. It's about bringing abundance in. So allowing creativity to help you, not just doing and doing and doing, and not just from a logical sense, but from a very heart-centered, self-loving, self-caring, self-giving way or sense. But I do believe that by the time that full moon comes around on March 1st or slightly after, so maybe about the 3rd, you are really going to get the deserving rewards that you have been working really hard for, and that I want you to celebrate, and not celebrate in like in a drinking kind of self-sabotage, or like, oh my God, I'm exhausted from doing all of that. I want you really to celebrate in a pat myself on the back. I've done a really good job. I really do help people, and I can help people and receive as well. And I'm capable of believing in more success for myself, just in the same ways that I believe in more success for other people. And you're teachers, even though you might not see yourself as teachers. So you're a teacher in a sense of people are looking to you for guidance, and they're looking to you as being someone who succeeds, as being someone who asks and speaks their truth. And so you may not be a teacher in the sense of, you're teaching grade school, or you're teaching high school, or something like that, but people are looking to you for guidance, and they're looking to you as almost like a role model. So allow yourself to step into that, if that's something that you want to embrace, and allow yourself to succeed, allow yourself to expand, and allow yourself to celebrate you, and to celebrate your accomplishments, and celebrate your goals, rather than just rolling on to the next one. So celebrating as we move into March, all of this change and transformation, and believing that you can succeed, Gemini. You can do it. You're probably already there. You may just not be celebrating that you've actually done it. So allow yourself to do that this month. And comment, like, share, let me know how things are going. If you want a personal or private reading, then let me know that too, because this is a general reading. If you are not a Gemini moon or rising sign, then you want to look at those other videos as well for your sun, moon, and rising sign, because watching all three will actually give you a more roundedness about what the energies and things are guiding you to this month in terms of success and growth and change and transformation, and obviously well-deserved rewards. So thank you so much for your time and energy, Gemini. Have a beautiful next couple of days into the week and into March. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.